Hi, welcome to my channel, Life with Annalise. In my last video, I took you on a tour of my closet inside and out. In this video, I want to share with you my journey with transforming my closet using the Ikea Pax system. When we first moved into this house, my closet shrunk by half the size. Our first approach was to bring in vendors that specialize in closet customization. The estimates that we received were anywhere between $4,500 to $6,000. That fell out of our budget. We chose Ikea because it is a modular system where it allowed us to pick and choose which accessories, inserts, and add-ons that we wanted to include into our design. Before I go on, I do want to preface by saying that when you embark on this journey of customizing your closet, be mindful of what works for you. What I mean by that is make sure that you make decisions that will work for your closet space, that will fit into your budget. It is important that you do set a budget for yourself at the very beginning because it is very easy to go over. 3, make sure that whatever design you choose, that it fits with your organizational style. There is a tool online that you can utilize to plan out your wardrobe frames and then slowly add on all the features that you want. It helps you visualize what you're designing as well as keeps track of how much you're spending. This wouldn't be a transformational video if I didn't include a personal story behind it, as well as before and after photos. My closet started out with standard shelving and rod system in an L-shaped orientation in my closet. I quickly ran out of space. Therefore, we added 2 Ikea Pax wardrobe system. This one is 20-inch wide and 23-inch depth. It is 80 inches in height. The next wardrobe that we installed, you'll see in the photo, is 30-inch wide, 14-inch depth, and 94-inch height. Now, when we were looking at the whole composition of my closet, it just didn't look right. So our next step was, let's just rip out everything in the closet and start from scratch. It's the best decision I made for my closet because it gave me a blank canvas to work with. I would measure different option combination, and then I would use the paint tape to mark my space. The challenge that I faced was, number 1, my slanted ceiling. It slopes downward in an angle. Whatever I decide to incorporate into my design, I knew that it could not be 94 inches in height. Because of the slope downward, I had to use my 80-inch wardrobe. The other challenge that I experienced is the layout of my closet. It's in an L shape. If I were to incorporate Ikea's corner unit, I would have the option to have a 40-inch wardrobe here, but then it would leave me a gap of about 8 inches that I just couldn't work with. So we scrapped the corner unit idea. To maximize my closet layout, I decided to order 3 of these 40-inch wide 23-inch depth and 94-inch height. It is a bit high for me. I'm only 5'2.5", and I do use my ladder to get the top items. I mentioned earlier in the video that it is important for you to know your organization style. For me, I knew I was going to own more leggings than I would with jackets. Therefore, it was very important to me that I create a design where it would allow for me to add multiple drawers as opposed to hanging rods on the top and at the bottom. Now, let's talk about doors. Early in my planning, I decided that I needed to have doors as opposed to an open wardrobe like this. I have a window in my closet that gets a fair amount of natural sunlight coming in, and I also tend to open my window during the summer months to let some airflow come in. For that reason, I decided on a solid door as opposed to a glass door. It provides additional protection from my clothes fading, as well as having dust collect on my clothes. The challenge of having doors with your wardrobe is that these doors come pre-drilled for 4 hinges. Each hinge requires 2 holes to be allocated. That limits the inserts that you plan on adding to your wardrobe. What we found that worked for us was to install only 3 hinges per door. That allowed ample space in between the hinges for us to have drawers or whatever inserts that you want to add. What you want to know is these doors are measured 20-inch wide. However, when I measured my closet layout, especially in the corner space, I added 1 inch for clearance just so then it's not so tight. It's all about the details, right? These brass knobs I bought off Amazon, and I'll link it in the video. There are so many different styles that you can choose to your liking. I won't get into too much details in regards to installation because everybody's comfort level varies. But I do want to mention that on Ikea website, they offer a service called TaskRabbit, to which you can book an appointment. They would come to your house, install same day, and charge you for a fee. We didn't take that route. We're more DIY kind of people. So I will provide you with some tips that will be helpful the moment your packages arrive at your house. It's very important that you unpack your packages, you take inventory. Then the next step is to compile the components that you want to assemble outside of your closet, such as pull out and its rails, drawers and its rails. You gather all the screws to certain components, so when you start to install, you're just gonna knock it out. If you have a small closet to work with, like I do, make sure that you install your wardrobe frame inside your closet, especially if you opt for the 93 inches in height. Can you imagine having to carry that 93-inch height wardrobe into your tiny closet? I've heard of people having to unassemble and then reassemble in their closet. That's no fun. Once you are done with installing your wardrobes and securing it, your next step depends on if you opted for doors or an open wardrobe concept. If you opted for the door, you want to install the door first before you start with your inserts. If your design is an open wardrobe system, you want to start installing your inserts from the bottom up. That way, you're not making any mistakes causing gaps that you have to go back and fix later on. In my experience, I felt that the design process was more complex and time-consuming compared to the installation. However, I did enjoy designing a bespoke solution that worked for me. Now let's take a look at the accessories that I picked. Ikea's website have a plethora of accessories to choose from. I won't be able to go over each item with you. However, I do feel that when you're customizing your closet, it's a very personal decision. I will show you what accessories worked for me, what I would recommend, and what I'm thinking of changing out. Please do share your experience, what you love about IKEA Pax system.